This is Creepy and Geeky. Welcome to Creepy and Geeky. I'm your host, Robert, and on today's weekly chat with Donna, we're talking about the stuff we got into this last week. How's it going, Donna?
It is going splendid, Robert, because we are now officially in fall and I am loving it.
Well, I'm glad you are because fall started and it's in the 90s this week, like
I
these
mean, it was
last
in
couple
the
of days.
90s here
It
too, but
sucks. So, you know what? It's just frustrating because like literally the last couple of weeks have been in the like high 70s,
it's been
maybe the low
comfortable,
80s.
right?
It's been nice. It's been a little too warm, but it's been nice-ish. And then all of a sudden fall hits and it's like, ha ha, you suck. It's 95 degrees. Now it
That is
thankfully
true.
in the next couple of days it's supposed to go down again. But yeah, I was not happy about that. Everybody else on Twitter's all like, oh my god, it's fall, like the cool weather's here and everything's great. And I'm like, you all suck, shut up.
You're like, where? It's not here.
Yeah.
It's not in the
meanwhile
armpit of
over in
hell.
Arizona it's probably still 100 degrees.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
but
Well, at
yeah.
least we're, a little wee bit closer to October and all of the spooky stuff. So that's
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of excited. The weather, I'm used to it. I'm used to being
Yeah.
hot and, you know, Christmas time being 80 degrees. God, I hope we don't have that this year.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's thankfully it hasn't been too terrible for the most part. I've been glad that it's been getting cooler, so hopefully it'll continue on that trend
Yeah, that
soon.
trend will keep going.
Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, other than being tired most of the time,
Yeah.
I'm good and just haven't had time
Same.
to really watch anything. So I only got one movie in. I haven't been able to watch anything like at home even because I've been so tired. At
Oh
most
wow.
nights I just pass out or just watch.
Crash. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I did go see a good movie. But let's go. I can go ahead and start with my movie if you want me to, or we can start with whatever you have.
No, start
Either
with the
or.
movie. I want to hear about the movie.
I always know that you like hearing me talk about whatever movie
Yeah,
I
because I
say.
don't get
So,
to go.
all right. Well, I saw the new movie, The Substance,
Oh
which
my
is a
gosh.
crazy ass body horror movie with Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. It is fantastic. I don't like there's a lot of people who are really hyped on the end sequence
Hmm.
because the end sequence gets really batshit. But I'm not a huge fan of that ending. It's fine. It just kind of takes me out of it a little bit. And I get
Hmm.
like it's going for that batshit craziness and everything, but everything leading up to that is otherwise fantastic for me. And it's still the ending doesn't make me not like the movie any less. So I really really enjoy this movie. It's probably going to be my top movie of the year.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, right now it is. So
I'm gonna
it
try
was
to go to see
it
that. It's like actually playing right around the corner for me, and so
yeah,
I don't
you
have an
should.
excuse to not
Yeah.
go see it.
Yeah, no, so it's crazy because it's like this it's this um really intense look at like um aging um female beauty standards and fame kind of all wrapped into one. And because it's about Demi Moore's character who's like a famous like exercise person. She's got a show on TV.
Hmm.
And she's in her 50s and she's being phased out and she's basically fired. And then she finds out about this substance that can help her turn that around and become a more perfect, better version of herself. Um, and what that entails is insanity. Um,
Oh, please.
not insanity on her part, just insanity in terms of the movie. It is a bold role for Demi Moore to play, not only physically but also like just acting wise and everything like that. She gives a great performance. Like I've seen people say this, and I would say this too. I think this is the performance of her career.
Oh,
It's
wow.
that good. Like if the Oscars would give awards for horror, I think she could win that because it's so good. Just there's a certain sequence in this that made Katrina cry, um, because it's pretty deeply emotional.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, so I mean, that's what's great because it's also directed by a woman, written and directed by a woman, Corley Fargy. I can't remember if I probably mispronouncing her name, but she did the movie Revenge,
Oh, yeah, that was a
which is now
great
on
one.
Shudder. Yeah, um, so it's so she did this one as well, and it's so good. There's you know, viewers beware. There's lots of nudity from both actresses in the movie, but it's not played for like sexual titillation. There are moments in the movie where they do like very extreme close-ups
Hmm.
on especially Margaret Qualley's body while she's doing the exercise show and everything, that it's played to me like you could take it as like, especially if you're just kind of like, I don't know, like a denser person, you could take it
Hmm.
as just like, oh, well, they're sexualizing their bodies. Well, yes, they are, but there's a reason why they're doing it. They are highlighting the very nature of how women's bodies are commodified. Um, especially young, attractive women, so
Right, with her
that's
being
how it's,
phased out as being
yeah.
older.
So it's really like if you're aware of that kind of stuff, it's really about that. And so it's really interesting. It's a really good movie. And I highly suggest anybody, like I'm not even a body horror person, like typically,
I
you have
am.
to, yeah, I know you are. So I know you like this is a high recommendation. I'm recommending it to everybody anyway, but especially you, because I know you like body horror. So, but yeah, no, it's really, really good.
Somebody, a friend of mine was telling me that, oh my gosh, I forgot the actor's name. Dennis Quaid is in this
Yes.
movie playing a character named Harvey, and they were
Yeah.
like, it's pretty spot on what kind of Harvey, which Harvey
Yeah.
he's supposed to
Oh yeah.
be.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
was
and
like,
the
oh,
interesting thing is he doesn't come off as like it. That's the interesting part too, is like he doesn't seem to come off as too overly gross. Like he's not pawing on
mm-hmm,
any of them or anything like that, like where you would think in that term. It feels more like, again, he's using her for the ratings and everything else like that. It's more like that than for his own lascivious, um intentions.
mm-hmm.
So I guess, for that. And now he wasn't the original actor. It was actually supposed to be Ray Liotta, but Ray Liotta died before filming
Right.
began. So then they replaced him with Dennis Quaid. So, but yeah, no. And Dennis Quaid's in the movie, but he's not the focus of it. He's
Right.
in a few scenes here and there, but like mostly it's about uh, uh, Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore's characters. So, but yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's definitely worth watching. If you can go see it in the theater, definitely go see it in the theater. Um, but if you can't, you know, definitely see it as soon as you can because it's really good.
Yeah, the way you're kind of going on about it, I have to watch it before we
No,
do our
it's
top 10 because I
yeah,
have a
no, I
feeling that's,
feel I feel like it'll be in yours. Even if it's not at the top, I feel like it'll be in your top 10 for sure.
yeah.
So it's like I said, I didn't put it in top place at first. It was actually like at my number three when I first did it, but I continued to think about the movie like for a couple of days later. Like I was just like, man, this movie is so good, blah blah blah. Yeah, and I kept reading things about it, and so
Hmm.
because other people were talking about it, and so I was just like, you know what, I think this movie is my number one so far. Like it has to supplant everything else. So spoiler alert for my top 10 at the end of the year. I try to keep it secret. I was gonna try to keep it secret, but I had to tell you because you had to know just how good this movie was. So, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got to see this week. I'm hoping to go see a couple other things, or at least one other thing this week, but I don't know if I'll get a chance to. It's a kind of busy-ish week,
Hmm.
so we'll see if I can get it back out to the movies. So, but what do you got? What did you bring me tonight?
So the only thing, I didn't bring a whole lot. It's kind of slim pickings, but I wanted to talk about Agatha All Along made its debut,
Yeah,
and I don't know. Well, you said you've been busy, so you haven't had a chance
I
to
did.
see it. But
I did actually watch it. Yeah, I
what
forgot
did you?
when.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Actually, that's part of one of my things that I was going to mention too, is that I did a live stream on the Voices from the Mausoleum podcast. I actually have a show on that channel that I
Oh,
do with Steve called Horrific Heroes, and basically fits it. It fits right in that wheelhouse of like fantasy sci-fi things that also have a
hmm,
horror that also have horror in them. So we're covering the entire thing week by week. We're going to try to either we're going to try to record every Wednesday after the episode airs, and have it out the next day for people to watch. But we did a live stream on Saturday for those first two episodes, so that's available now, and I'll make sure to link that in my show notes. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was very nice seeing the characters, and now they're going down this kind of witchy, yellow
Mhm.
brick road type of thing.
Right.
It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Just the first episode, I know had a lot of people probably scratching their heads, like, what the hell
Yeah.
is going on? But by the second episode, I was like, okay, this is definitely right in my wheelhouse. I'm
Right.
ready. I'm ready to see what's going to happen on this
Oh
show.
yeah. Yeah. No, it's
And
definitely.
Catherine Hahn just does that character so
Oh,
well.
she
I
kills it so well. It's like she was tailor made for this role. Like there's some times where like people just like they they do great in all their roles that they've had up to a certain point, and then they just get a role that is like perfect for them. I think this
Mhm.
one's perfect for him. I know I'm gonna be like the next two I'm gonna say are all superhero roles, but Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark is perfect, and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is perfect. Like people who
Yeah.
are made for particular roles, that their particular brand of acting just fits those
Mhm.
roles just
Just
perfect. And
fits
I
it
think,
perfectly.
yeah, and I think Catherine Hahn just great in this role.
I was a little
So
shocked that we got a little a bare booty on on that
yeah,
episode for
yeah,
Disney show. I was like, did they just show her butt? Her butt
yeah,
is out there.
yeah. It was so funny.
But yeah, it was such a clever two episode to start it, kick it off.
Yes,
And
yeah,
it's just everybody fits in that world too. Like seeing Patty LuPone and
yeah,
Shashir. I saw her on Saturday Night Live. I don't think I've ever seen her in a movie before, but everybody has their part and everybody is so captivating and so funny. I cannot wait to see what these ladies are gonna do.
yeah. No, I'm excited to see the rest of this show. It's supposed to be like one episode a week from now to the end, and I think the last two episodes are going to come out on the same day, also, just like
Right.
these first two episodes. So it should be a fun ride for sure. But yeah, I'll be covering it every week over on Horrific Heroes. And then of course I'll have my own recap rundown of it on here on Creepy and Geeky sometime next year. So
Well, I
once
look
I
forward
get
to
caught
it.
up to
I
it.
would love to hear what you guys get up to
Yeah,
about it after the episode.
yeah, definitely. All right. Keeping in the MCU vein, the as of today, which is the day we're recording. Normally we record on Sundays, but I had to push it back, and we're recording Monday night. The Thunderbolts trailer dropped today.
Yep, that was my other trailer.
Sorry.
No, no, no. I figured you had seen it, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be obsessing over it. But go ahead.
Oh my God, I've already watched it like three or four times. Because I just like, and I didn't even get to see it like right away. Like I was driving this morning when it dropped, and I was just like, oh crap, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. I want to watch this. And I didn't want to watch it on my phone. I wanted to watch it on my big TV. So
Exactly.
I was just like, no, 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 I gotta watch this.
Somebody
But
sent it
yeah,
to me when I was at work, and I was like, I can't watch it because I'm working. I work from home, but
yeah,
I literally am working my ass off.
yeah,
So I was like, no, I'm gonna wait until I get off, and I'm gonna go and watch it on my big old TV. So
yeah.
it looks fantastic.
Oh my God. Like, and I said this online. I actually really like this side of the MCU. Like I love the MCU in general, but I really kind of like the special ops, like kind of dark stuff like of this. Like there's people who are like, "Oh, well, it's the, pro-military wing." I'm like, "Have you watched these things? They're not very pro-military, pro-government at all. They're actually pretty anti-government,
They are
anti-military."
anti.
Like the bad guy, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, like I heard a lot of people, oh, it's a pro-military thing. I'm like, the military dudes were the bad guys in
They
this
were the
show.
worst ones.
Like John Walker was terrible.
He was
Um,
horrible.
so much so now he's like, the black suit Captain America.
Hmm.
So it's just, yeah, no, it's this looks like this, and then like um Captain America New World Order, like, oh man, like companion pieces with each other. It's just gonna be
Yeah, I
so
can't wait.
fun. Yeah, no, I'm the this is the world that like I dig in terms of stuff like the Captain America movies and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love all the fantastical other stuff too, but yeah, I just love when some real people are messing stuff up. So uh and plus we get a lot of like return characters,
Hmm.
Yelena, Red Guardian, Ghost,
Red Guardians.
Taskmaster. Yeah. And then and Bucky, of course, John Walker, everybody's coming back, Val, so it's gonna be interesting. So and then Bob. Um, so if anybody doesn't realize, Bob is the character, the Sentry. He's kind
Sentry.
of like a Superman-esque type of character, except for he is literally his own arch enemy. He actually has a separate personality that's called the Void, and that becomes bad, and it only comes out when he's actually being the hero of the century. So it's like he can't be the hero without eventually turning into the villain. So it's really weird,
It's
but it's
complicated.
really interesting. Yeah, it's very complicated.
I
It's
really
like,
like to that I brought up Lewis Pullman, who's going to be in the
yes,
new Salem slot, and that's who's playing Sentry. And I thought, geez, this
yes,
kid is getting around.
he is. It's awesome. He's a good actor too,
He
so I'm
really
cool with it.
is.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that because he's it's the second time in recent movies he's played a man named Bob as well, because he was Bob in Top Gun Maverick.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, well, that's all I have. So because yeah, I just have the Substance, the Thunderbolts trailer, and my Agatha All Along coverage.
Oh
So
wow! So you had pretty much two out of the
I
three
know,
things.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I do have one more thing though.
Yay. Okay.
So, since we are getting very close to October, thank God I have
Right.
been waiting. Like I need an excuse to watch horror, and it's the year-round thing for me.
Right.
But however, Hulu they do their Huluween kind
Yes.
of movies, and they actually had a trailer that dropped, and it looked really creepy and kind of
Yeah.
odd. Did you see it?
Is this the Mr. Crocket?
Mr. Crocket.
Yeah.
So this looks like it's probably going to be one of those like what did they used to call those things? The little scary stories. I can't remember what. Creepy pasta. Like one of
Oh yeah,
those
yeah,
creepy
yeah.
pasta kind of things. And he basically looks like a Mr. Rogers Sesame Street type children's show host,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
apparently there are some really demonic things afoot in his world. Um, the trailer looks crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to be very disturbing. But I really am interested because Mr. Crockett is played by a very mustached, afro, bow tie wearing black man, which is something you don't really get to see. You don't really get to see a lot
Yeah.
of. Yeah, I mean, other than Candyman, you don't really get to see a lot of creepy horror monsters of color. So
Yeah.
I'm a little interested to see where this one is going to go. But that
Yeah.
was my other thing, and it's actually going to drop on Hulu October 11th. And they've had some original movies before. There was one called Bad Hair. That was a really
Yes.
good one.
They had Little
So
Monsters as well with
Little
Lupita
Monster, I
Nyong'o.
forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this one will be good. But his whole MO, just for anybody that's listening, is that he can come out of the television set and he kidnaps children and brings them back to his world, but he also kills their parents when he kidnaps these kids. So I'm a little nervous, but I am gonna watch it. Hopefully, it won't make me want to like put something over my TV set. But um, it is one that I'm looking forward to because I fall into the trap of watching the same horror movies every October. So this will give me something fresh to check out, along with
Yeah.
the substance, obviously.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. Go check that out. Yeah, no, there's definitely some interesting stuff coming soon. We'll see what else pops up. I heard that one that you told me about last week, Invoking Yell, that is now on VOD. So
Oh, great!
anybody,
Did
yeah,
you get
so
to
if
watch
it's
the trailer for it?
I did, yeah, I did. Yeah. I watched the trailer for that one and the other one that you told me, and I can't remember what it is now. Um, but the one the food one. Um
Oh God, no, I can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. House of
The one with
Spoils.
the House of
House of Spoils.
Spoils. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I watched that one. I'm not so certain on that one. It looks interesting. I'll have to, take a look at it again. But yeah, Invoking Yell looks interesting. I've heard some moderately good things about it as
Hmm.
well. So yeah, definitely some good stuff coming up. But yeah, that's all I've got today. Why don't you let people know what you got going on over on your podcast, Dawn of the Dead, this week?
So I'm still doing my September sleepers. I picked one out this week to talk about, which is the autopsy of Jane Doe, just because I've never talked about that one. And I just kind of wanted to put it out there. And um, it's a lot of fun. It's a horror mystery. And when I say fun, I mean Donna's sense of fun. It's creepy. So that's
Right.
fun to me. But, it's just a father son duo of coroners who happen to get a Jane Doe that they have to figure out what happened to her, and there are some strange things afoot in this examination. So I just wanted to give a little love to this one and talk about what really creeps me out. I actually give some spoilers about a former job I had because I used to be
Oh,
an obituary writer. I just love it,
oh,
but I
interesting.
used to do, yeah, I wanted to be a coroner, but I'm glad I didn't go that route. I don't think I
Oof,
could handle
no,
that much.
no, 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 no. No, thank you. I'll
But
keep all that
yeah,
to the horror side of things.
yeah,
Like,
I'll just keep it on
real
the
stuff
screen.
squicks me out
Yeah,
bad. So,
same. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about this week. So
right.
just come and check it out. It's short and sweet and spoiler free. So
Awesome.
give it a listen.
Definitely. Very cool. All right. Yeah, no, I like the autopsy of Jane Doe a lot. And I previously covered it on my podcast as
I
well.
know
It
you
was,
did.
it was a real early one too. Let me see. I think it's actually the first one that I did with Ariel. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it was like the autopsy of Jane Doe and the taking of Deborah Logan. So,
Oh, taking a
yep,
deeper look. That's a good
yep,
one.
that was the first one I did with Ariel, um, back in January of 2022. So
See, so you don't even have to listen to that one because you've already done
I'll still listen to it because I
it.
like hearing your commentary because sometimes you have really good insights
You
about
like
stuff
hearing
that
me be
maybe I
a
didn't.
dork. That's what.
I do like hearing you be a dork. That was the other thing I was gonna say.
I might have been a little inebriated when I recorded this one. So if I there's a little bit of singing, but don't hold it against me.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Okay. All
Just a
right.
little, not
Just
a
a little.
lot. I try to be very sober when I do these, but
I
we
don't
had
know.
guests, and then that just
This is like the like third or fourth time in just a few months that you've been kind of like off kilter. So I don't know. It might be becoming a thing now.
it's funny too because somebody asked if I would do one, and I did, and I was like, what's the worst that can happen? And then I ended up having a lot of fun doing it. So if I'm a little ripped, I just go with it. But
There
most
you
of the time,
go.
I'm not. I'm just
Yeah.
like overly caffeinated and ADHD brained.
Right.
Where I
As I
am.
sip on my soda while we talk. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, thank you for doing this with me. I know we normally, like you said, we normally do it on a different day.
Yeah,
So
no,
it was
thank
nice
you
to.
for, adjusting for me. So I appreciate that
I
very
look
much.
forward to this. So there was no
Yeah,
way
me
hell I
too.
was missing this.
Well, and I hope it made your Monday just a little bit better because I know
It
Mondays are
did.
kind of rough for you.
I
So,
had something to look forward to make me not want
yay.
to take the cyanide pills. It was good.
Well, good. I'm glad. No, because I have a lot of fun doing it, and it's definitely a lot of fun. I know the listeners who have been listening. There's quite a few of them who are enjoying getting a peek at the new stuff that's coming up
Yeah.
or stuff that's out currently and stuff like that. So it's definitely been a beneficial part of the podcast. So
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah, and then I'll be returning to weekly episodes again in October. So stay tuned for that. I'll be continuing my 80s kinder trauma horror series. And first up is an episode with Donna
Woohoo.
on. I'll leave it. I'll leave that for a little bit
Yeah,
still,
leave the
but
mystery.
yeah, that one is definitely coming October 2nd. So once October 2nd, we'll have a whole big old new episode. Yay, back to episodes, but it's just for the month of August. Once
October.
Yeah, October. Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, my brain is
I know.
fried. It's so tired.
Trust me, when you don't rest,
Oh
your
man.
brain is all over the joint.
Yeah. And speaking of, like, that episode, I know is going to be chaotic because I was exhausted when we recorded it. So, like, this whole series is going to be a weird, rambling mess because I'm like, I've recorded 2 of them and I know both of those times I was exhausted and just bleary. So, we'll see
It
how it
just
goes.
lays into the kinder trauma lore.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what, yeah, that's how we'll go with it. But yeah, those are coming October. It's just for the month of October. Then I'm on a break again until the last couple of weeks of December, and then hopefully all goes according to plan. I'll be back to weekly episodes back in January. We'll see how things go. It's been kind of chaotic here, and I've not been able to amass the episodes I've needed to do. So I've still got a few months. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we know
So
you're worth the wait, so don't
well, thank
stress
you.
yourself.
I appreciate it. No, I'm
Yeah.
not stressing myself. I'm just, just trying to make it work, trying to get it figured out is all. So once it happens, it happens. And we'll go from there. But yeah, no. But thank you again. I appreciate it very much. Always good to have you here. Always good to talk about what we get up to.
Yeah.
Um,
Always fun.
yeah. So we will talk to you again next week. And until then, stay creepy. Thanks for listening. If you like what you've heard, please consider giving the show 5 stars and a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And share the podcast on social media to help spread the word. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app or at creepyandgeeky.com. Music for the podcast is Gratitude, composed by Harper Smith. You can follow the podcast by going to creepyandgeeky.com and clicking on any of the social links. If you'd like to follow me, you can find my links at geekthulu.com. You can support the podcast by ordering teas and more on TeePublic or by donating to the coffee page. All of the links are in the show notes. Finally, don't forget, stay creepy.